Yeah, good morning. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I am Bruce Dickey. I do appreciate you tuning in this morning. It is a lovely Monday, April 30th. I have guests here in the studio, Chris Osborn and Chris Burton, and we'll get to those ladies here in just a few moments. As I want to remind you, you are watching on Wabash Catch TV here in Flora on Channel 100 or on Channel 25, depending on whether you have fiber or not. Also in Salem, Channel 3 over in Salem. And you might be seeing this online on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey channel on YouTube. Either way, we do appreciate you watching and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful morning. Like I said, this is Monday, April 30th, and let me tell you a few of the things going on in the area. Just get you out. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. As just to get out of it, the Friends of the Brian Bennett Library are meeting today. That's in Salem. That's at 315 South Maple Street at the library. The Brian/Bennett Library starts at 1 o'clock today, and they will have their spring meeting, so good timing for that. Also today in Albany at the Carl Richland Memorial Hospital, they're going to have their Nature Creations Birdhouse fundraiser. That's today from 8 to 3, and they will, it'll be in the private dining rooms area of the hospital at Albany. What they're going to do, I guess they're raising funds to build birdhouses. That's cool. That'll be fun. Also today here in Flora, it will be make sure it's in Flora. Yeah, the Clay Family Counseling Center. They'll have a DUI risk education classes. That'll be at 4:30 today here in Flora. Pre-registration and advance fee is required. What's on television tonight? Well, it's James Cameron's story of science fiction. If you're a science fiction fan like me, this is something you really need to watch or look forward to. It's at 9 o'clock tonight on AMC, American Movie Channels. The creator of the Terminator series, James Cameron, follows the evolution of science fiction. It's a six-part docuseries. Sure, he's going to have some of his own stuff on there, but he's also going to be talking about several other things, for instance, Star Wars and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, as well as the 1950s science fiction boom that really got going in the movies. And not just the movies, he's also going to talk about books and magazines and that kind of thing. So it should be a lot of fun. Going to have Steven Spielberg on there, George Lucas, Ridley Scott, Christopher Nolan, as well as some actors like Sigourney Weaver and Will Smith and Zoe Saldana. She's from Avatar, so she's very good. And that, again, is on AMC tonight at 9 o'clock. Also tonight, it's the Season 6 premiere of Elementary. It's the Sherlock Holmes in New York series. That's on CBS tonight. Again, that's at 9 o'clock. Also, regular other shows on tonight that you might occasionally watch. Steven Universe, Supergirl on the CW. At 7 o'clock tonight, Lucifer on Fox. The Terror also on AMC. That'll be at 8. And iZombie tonight on the CW. I tell you what, the CW has all kinds of weird shows on there. I'm just saying. In hockey tonight, all right, sports things to look out for tonight. It is the National Hockey League semifinals, conference semifinals. It's the Boston Bruins at the Tampa Bay Lightning. That'll be at 6 o'clock tonight. Boston leads that series 1-0. And then Vegas will be in San Jose. The Golden Knights at the Sharks. That'll be at 9 o'clock tonight. That series is tied 1 game apiece. And, of course, both those series able to see on NBC Sports Network. I want to say that's around 2:15 or 2:16 or somewhere in that neighborhood. You'll be able to find it. At least that's where it is on the fiber. Also tonight in the NBA, Philadelphia 76ers at the Boston Celtics. That is game 1 of that series. 76ers have been resting for a while. The Celtics just knocked off the Bucks on Saturday, and now they will host the 76ers tonight. That's on TNT. I want to say channel 634. 6:33 on fiber. Also tonight on ESPN, it's the Cubs, Colorado at Chicago. That'll be at 6 o'clock. Kyle Freeland on the mound for the Rockies, and John Lester taking the mound at Wrigley Field for the Cubs. Some of the television things going on tonight. One other thing you need to remember here for April 30th. Some folks call it April 30th. Some folks claim it was April 29th. It depends. The family Bible says one thing. The birth certificate says the other. But happy 85th birthday for today, for sure, for Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson turns 85 today. One of the heroes of American country, and certainly a legendary figure, and one of my favorite artists of all time. I've seen him in concert 4 or 5 times. Just a outstanding performer each and every time, and we would be remiss if we did not say happy birthday to Willie Nelson, just one of the favorites. I'll be back with folks from the Clay County Health Department. It's the Chris's, and we'll be back just real shortly here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back in a sec.
Come see us at Anthony's Wild West in downtown Flora.
Enjoy salad, pizza, and pasta buffet 11 to 2 Monday through Saturday. Not hungry for pizza? Our menu features a variety of food for every taste.
Our dining room is large and spacious for 2 or a crowd. Let us help you host a private party in one of our banquet rooms. Visit the Fallout Shelter to have a drink with good friends. Then try your luck at one of our 5 gaming machines. See you soon in the Wild West.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no-appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your number one choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your number one choice in healthcare.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple, to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
Heritage Woods of Flora offers cozy private apartments and personalized service plans for active seniors. Our affordable assisted lifestyle includes 3 meals every day, assistance with chores and medications, and a full calendar of social activities. At Heritage Woods, you can visit with friends, enjoy an evening of music, or play an afternoon of Wii bowling, all without leaving your home. We even have a beauty shop in-house. For more information, stop by 1003 West 4th Street or call Valerie at 618-662-4599.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
My name is Rose. Smoking caused my lung cancer. I was on chemo and radiation. They took part of my lung out, and they put this in me to drain the fluid. Every day I prayed that they would remove it. My tip is be careful what you wish for. That chest tube hurt a lot more coming out than it did going in.
That's fine. Morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I'm Bruce Dickey. Thanks very much for tuning in this morning, as I owe a severe apology to one of my guests. I had her name wrong on the whenever I was introducing, but I haven't introduced her yet, so I haven't really made the mistake. Does that count?
That counts.
All right. We're going to need you to scoot up quite a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chris Butler. How you doing, Chris? Thank you so much for being here. Chris Butler here. She's RN at the Clay County Health Department. Also down there on the end, I'd shake your hand, but a long leave. No, we'll shake your hand later. This is Chris Osborn. How you doing, Chris?
Great, thank you.
Nice to meet you, ladies. I appreciate you all coming in. Tell me what is going on. You both work at the Clay County Health Department, right?
Correct.
Okay. How long have you been there?
I've been there since 2000. So roughly 8 years. I started off as a nurse's aide working in home health and hospice both.
Okay.
And within the last 2 years, I've transitioned into the hospice volunteer coordinating position. And
Okay.
as well, I do some marketing on the side as well.
Okay. What is how many volunteers do you have to coordinate? What's typical? I guess I don't know what folks volunteer for.
Sure. Currently, I have 9 volunteers, and I have a wonderful, wonderful group of volunteers. Most of them's from Flora. I have one up from Louisville.
You just scoot the microphone up to you a little bit. Sorry about that.
They go into the patient's home or a nursing facility and see the patients.
Okay.
They go through a one-day training, which consists of like HIPAA training, bloodborne pathogens. They also have to be fingerprinted and background checked. So, I mean, once all of that comes back clean, then they can be a volunteer. The volunteers, we meet once a month. It's always the second Wednesday of the month, and it's from 10 o'clock in the morning, usually till about 11. And that's just a touch base to see what's, that we're all on the same page.
Sure.
And not all the volunteers can make it, because I do have some volunteers that are actually, they're still in the workforce.
Let's back up, slow down a little bit of some of these things. What's the HEPA training consists of? I mean, HEPA is that's to make sure that they don't talk about somebody else's meds and somebody else.
It's mainly patient privacy. We don't want them going to their neighbors and discussing any patient details with anyone that they know. And it's just for the patient's privacy as well, and it's by law. I mean,
it is the law.
Yeah, it is law.
And there's a reason it's law, though. I mean, were there have we ever had? We probably haven't had an issue here, but what can happen if you get loose lips?
You get fined very severely. And
really,
we do not want that. So, and that's part of the training, and that's why we enforce, making sure everyone is a stringent criteria is met with our volunteers that go see patients.
Okay. And you say the training lasts just a day?
It's just one day. It used to be 2 days, but it's sometimes hard to get someone there for 2 days, especially if they're still in the workforce. So we've narrowed it down to 1 day. Usually they start off in the morning. They go through all the slides on the TV. They take a few small tests, and then I drive them up to Effingham where they do the fingerprint and background check.
Okay, now let's hold on in. Why are we background checking these folks and fingerprinting
because
them?
they're going to be in patients' homes and in the nursing facility, and you want to make sure whoever we're sending into these patients' homes and facilities pass the criteria to be in these homes. We don't want to send someone that's got a rough background or cannot pass a background check. So
they do drug testing?
We do. We do drug testing as well as they have to be TB tested, and we require them to have a flu vaccine as well, because they're around people that's their immune systems are
well, they get the flu vaccine at the health department,
and that's all free of charge. And none of this costs the volunteers anything. The hospice program pays for all these services for our volunteers.
Oh, really? So what is if someone that does volunteer to the hospice care? This is mainly for hospice care at the Clay County Health Department. Just make sure that folks realize that. If someone volunteers for hospice care, what are their typical duties? Day to day, week to week, what do they do?
A lot of time, upon admission into the hospice program, they're asked if they want volunteer services or not. And so if they can either accept or decline that service. If they accept the service,
they being
the patient.
The patient, okay.
Or the families as well. If they accept the service, I assign a volunteer to go into the home, or sometimes it's myself. And a lot of times it's just for support, just talking one-on-one with patients.
Just hanging out with somebody.
Hanging out with them, watching TV. They can play cards with them. And sometimes it's just to give the family a break, a much needed break, because a lot of times they're the only one there at the home with the patient, and they don't get to get out and go to the store, the post office, the bank, or even get their haircuts. And so our volunteers can come sit with their loved one as they're able to get out for an hour and then get whatever errands they need to run and then get back. And they know then that that someone is in the home taking care of a loved one, and they're not having to worry.
What is typical? I mean, you said that the clients, the patients, are given a choice as to whether they would prefer to have volunteer services or not.
It just depends.
What is typical?
It just depends. Right now, we probably have like a 70% hospice volunteer rate where patients they accept a volunteer into the home. But you have to realize a lot of our patients are in nursing facilities as well. And typically, a lot of people don't get to the facilities to visit their loved one in a facility because sometimes they've outlived a lot of their loved ones. And those are the patients that usually always accept a volunteer to have one come in, because it's nice when you get a visitor, and they get to look forward to having a visitor. And usually the volunteer goes in at least once a week, and more if requested more by the patient.
What kind of person does it take to be a hospice volunteer? How easy is it to get and retain volunteers? Because you're, I presume, always looking, aren't you?
We're always looking for volunteers. So if it's anything that anyone is ever interested, by all means, give me a call, Chris Osborn, at 662-4406. Extension 170, and like I said, we can always get a training set up. But right now, like I said, we only have 9 volunteers, and it's.
Well, I was going to say, you said 9. That seems like a low number to me.
But it is actually quite high. When we first started, I think we maybe had 3 to 4 volunteers.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So I mean, we are gaining volunteers, but it's not everyone's cup of tea, because like I said, to be hospice criteria, it's a diagnosis of 6 months or less to live, and you're dealing with death. You may see a hospice patient at their prime, but then during that 6 months you're going to see a lot of decline, and it's emotionally hard on a lot of people. But anyone that's ever had a hospice in their life, and we've all known someone that's had to have hospice sometime or another, a friend, neighbor, family member, it's a much needed service. So
what got you into it?
I worked many years in a factory type setting, and I worked there for like 16 years, and when I finally decided I was going to go to college, and I wanted to I love the elderly. I love working with the elderly. And so when I went to college for certified nursing assistants, I mainly did that because
for what assistants?
Nurse's aid.
Okay.
And so when I went there, like, I was raised by my grandparents, and I've always had a love for the elderly. It's just like, the elderly. It warms my heart to work with the elderly.
Sure.
But right now, I mean, you don't even have to be elderly to have the hospice program. We see all ages.
Is that right?
And it's typical, like, I don't know, probably it seems like we are seeing them younger and younger. And, I'm just glad that we offer this in Clay County, and it's a valuable resource to have in this area.
If folks wish to volunteer, give your phone number again.
Sure, it's 618-662-4406, and I'm at extension 170. And they can always leave me a voicemail if I'm not there to pick up the phone. But like I said, I usually like to get a couple before we interested in the program. That way we can do the training together, and we're running them up there. That way I'm not doing it just individualized. It makes it go a lot smoother. I think the last time we had a training, I had 4 volunteers. So like we've grown. So that's really good.
You have something coming up, don't you?
We do. We have a fundraiser coming up. It's provided by the Clay County Community Health Foundation fundraiser, and it's all the proceeds benefit Clay County Hospice. And what it typically pays for is the expenses that are incurred that Medicare, Medicaid, and insurances don't pay for.
Really?
Yeah. Like, so.
For instance, I don't know I don't know what's not covered.
Well, all right. So say we have a nursing home patient that has had a significant weight loss, and they may have been like.
They need new clothes.
Yeah. There's, an extra large, and they're into a small.
Yeah.
Well, and they're still active, and they're able to go to the dining hall. We want them to have clothes that fit them, and that's when I would come in. I would come in and buy purchase clothes that fit them, and things of that nature. And as far as like personal hygiene items, that's not covered by
toothbrushes.
You got it.
Toothpaste.
Razors, lotion,
deodorant,
that kind of stuff. I go out and purchase that, and that we provide that to our patients as well.
And tell me when is it?
The fundraiser is Saturday, May the 12th, from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m., and it's at the Kiwanis Building in Flora. And you may ask where the Kiwanis Building is.
I will. I will. Where is the Kiwanis Building? I don't know where that is.
Most people in the Flora area know that.
See, they've outed me again. I'm not from Flora. Where's the Kiwanis Building in Flora?
It's formerly known as the Hub. It's right beside the Pizza Pit, which is now
out on the west on West North Street, right?
So it's right beside that. So it's an all-day fundraiser from 8 a.m. till 3, and we also will have a bake sale, which will.
And this is Saturday, May 12th.
Yes. And it's just in time for Mother's Day and all the graduations that are going on that weekend. So don't do the baking. Let us do the baking for you.
I'm imagining also, however, Chris, that you would probably accept donations of baked goods or something like that?
Yes, we have a long list of bakers that supply baked goods for this event. We have anything from cookies, cakes, cupcakes, breads, rolls, you name it, we have it, and pies.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and it was well attended last year. We also have I want to say 125 raffle items that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What's the best pie?
Apple.
So you'll have a nice batch of apple there to choose from.
Oh my, yeah, we'll have everything that you can imagine, but come early because last year I want to say our baked items went really quick. I want to say we ran out by like 10:30, 11.
Oh no!
Yeah, so this year we've got even more bakers on board.
Oh, good.
And we're going to make sure we have everyone.
And that starts at 8 a.m. on the 12th at the Kiwanis Building?
Yes.
Here in Flora. That's Chris Osborn. This is Chris Butler. Chris, I'm going to talk to you sometime.
That's fine.
Chris doesn't mind that I talk to Chris.
Yeah.
You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We're going to talk a little bit more. I don't really understand all that much about how hospice care works, and Chris is going to tell me a lot more about it, and we're going to learn all kinds of things today. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey from the Clay County Health Department, Chris Osborn and Chris Butler, and we'll be back right after these words.
Heritage Woods of Flora offers cozy private apartments and personalized service plans for active seniors. Our affordable assisted lifestyle includes 3 meals every day, assistance with chores and medications, and a full calendar of social activities. At Heritage Woods, you can visit with friends, enjoy an evening of music, or play an afternoon of Wii bowling, all without leaving your home. We even have a beauty shop in-house. For more information, stop by 1003 West 4th Street or call Valerie at 618-662-4599.
It's my choice. It's my choice. It's my choice.
So many of our county residents have treatment or surgeries done at larger hospitals. What they don't always realize is that they have a choice to select where they can have physical therapy or any number of post-operative treatments and follow-ups. Clay County Hospital is your choice. Talk with your specialist, surgeon, or primary care provider and let them know that you want to stay close to family, friends, and most importantly, home.
Clay County Hospital, your #1 choice in healthcare.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Come see us at Anthony's Wild West in downtown Flora.
Enjoy salad, pizza, and pasta buffet 11 to 2 Monday through Saturday. Not hungry for pizza? Our menu features a variety of food for every taste.
Our dining room is large and spacious for 2 or a crowd. Let us help you host a private party in one of our banquet rooms. Visit the Fallout Shelter to have a drink with good friends. Then try your luck at one of our 5 gaming machines. See you soon in the Wild West.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold. Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Tired of paying a big faceless company for your local telephone service in Flora? Now you can easily switch your 662 telephone number to Wabash Communications in Flora. That's right, Wabash can now provide local phone service to the Flora area, and yes, you can keep your 662 telephone number. It's available to both business and residential customers. Call us today at 662-3636. Wabash, your local telecommunications provider.
I'm Brian. I was in the military for 18 years. I joined the service so I could serve my country and see the world. But I smoked, and I got heart disease. So a lot of the world I got to see looked like this. My tip is, it's hard to serve your country when you're too weak to put on your uniform.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple, to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
Welcome back, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I am Bruce Dickey. That is Chris Osborn. This is Chris Butler. We're talking about, well, they're from the Clay County Health Department, and we're talking about something, you may or may not want to think about sometime, but if it happens to you or your family or a friend or a loved one, you'd kind of like to need to know some of the ins and outs of how hospice care works. Chris Butler is an RN. How long have you been an RN?
Oh, gosh. 12 years.
12 years. What'd you do before that? High school?
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to help now. Do you like that?
I started off right out of high school as a CNA.
Okay.
And then I went and got my LPN.
Okay.
And then kind of did it backwards and got a bachelor's degree in
really?
healthcare management.
That is backwards.
Yeah, and then went and got my RN.
Did you were you trying to go into administration or something of the,
yeah,
when you got your BA or when you got your BS?
I really enjoy healthcare, taking care of patients.
Oh, that's cool. Well, you see, there you went and spent 4 years getting a bachelor's and realized that you didn't want to do that.
Exactly.
That's
well spent.
That's the good thing, though. Yeah. See, that means you found what you like, right? That's wonderful.
Exactly.
And what you like, you've been with the health department, Clay County Health Department, now for a couple of years?
Just a year.
A year now.
A year.
Okay. You were brought in specifically for this purpose, right? For hospice care?
Hospice, home care, actually.
Okay.
We're actually cross-trained. All of us hospice nurses and home health nurses are cross-trained.
Okay.
To do both.
You're going to have to stop. I have no idea. I have no idea what the difference between hospice care and home health care is. I guess one involves a different ending than the other. Is that
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hospice care is end-of-life care.
I see.
Usually with a diagnosis of 6 months or less to live.
Okay, so that's when you hear that someone goes into hospice care, you figure, oh gosh, it's 6 months. Get your things in order.
Typically, we've actually had patients on hospice longer than that.
Oh, really? But you've also had patients get out of hospice.
Correct. That's when they don't show a decline in their health and they've pretty much stabilized, and the doctor will go in and do an assessment and say, well, you really no longer qualify for hospice.
That's great.
You've gotten better. Yeah, that is good.
That's wonderful. Okay, so you're not one of Chris's volunteers then, are you?
No, I'm an actual nurse, and I'll go in and see the patients.
How often do you see patients? How often do you see a particular client, or how many a day will you go see?
Oh, goodness. It varies.
Really?
We make at least twice a week visits, and as needed, if we schedule to see a patient on Monday and Thursday, if they're having symptoms, we can go in. They just call us. We're available 24/7. Sometimes we could troubleshoot over the phone. A lot of times, we'll just go make an extra visit if we have to.
Okay. I guess what all? I guess you're in a catch-all situation. The hospice. How did hospice care develop to keep doctors from having to go to homes or something? Is that what happened? Do you know that, or can you tell me what's your best guess? What they tell you at school?
Basically, it's comfort care for someone at the end of their life.
I see.
We can provide medications, certain equipment. That's all covered under hospice. We do have a medical director. A lot of times, most of our patients stay with their primary care physician.
Okay.
And then our medical director, we can consult with him if we're unable to get a hold of the primary care physician.
What made you choose hospice over particular other? If you don't mind that's kind of a personal question.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you don't want to answer, don't answer.
I just wanted.
I mean, as opposed to like the emergency room or clinic nurse, something like that. That seems to me, I mean, I'm kind of dancing around it here.
Yeah.
It takes a certain kind of
It
person.
does.
It takes a real certain kind of person to do what both of you ladies do.
It does.
You come into a family's life, when they're terminally ill, and you just build a bond with that family and that patient. A very emotional bond, spiritually, and they look to us for the answers.
Really?
We do a lot of education to the families as far as medications. The families are the caretakers.
Oh, really? So are you, as part of your nursing, you're also teaching the family members how to be a proper and how to be able to take care an effective caretaker?
Correct. A lot of medication administration is done by the family. Just basic caregiving.
Yeah. How difficult is that? I got to tell you, the reason I ask is because I think I'd be terrible at it. For one thing, and I mean, there's a reason nurses are educated for 3 years to become a nurse. Yeah. How quickly will people pick up on what you're trying to teach them to do? I guess at some point they don't have a choice but to pick up on stuff, do they?
Sometimes it's repetitive. You got to remember the family is going through a difficult time.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just don't hear everything we tell them.
Really?
And
that sounds like if they don't hear what you're telling them, even if you've repeated it a couple of times, it could turn out poorly.
Well, that's why we're there.
Yeah.
To answer the questions, to help guide them through it.
Yeah. And through no fault of their own that they're not hearing you. It's a tremendously stressful situation, isn't it?
Very stressful.
I'm talking here with Chris Butler along with Chris Osborn. By the way, before we go to break, remind folks when that fundraiser is again, because your volume may have been a little bit down earlier.
Sure.
Sorry about that.
The benefit is Saturday, May the 12th at the Kiwanis Building from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will have a bake sale and a silent raffle that day. The raffle is $1 a piece or 12 tickets for $10.
That's cool, and that's again 2 weeks from. Oh, it's not 2 weeks. It's less than 2 weeks away.
Less than 2 weeks away.
Oh, boy. A week from Saturday. And that will be Saturday the 12th, and he'll be at the Kiwanis Building here in Flora. I've got Chris Osborn there. This is Chris Butler here. We're talking about all kinds of things about hospice care. I want to ask you about when we return. I want to ask you, but you mentioned the spiritual side of it, and I don't know if that's more of the volunteer side versus the nursing side, but I kind of want to gather how that works too. Okay, we'll be back when we return. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Catch TV, Channel 3 in Salem, as well as Channel 100 or Channel 25, depending on whether you have fiber here in Flora and Louisville, Sisney, and Jeff. We'll be right back after these words.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no-appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your number one choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your number one choice in healthcare.
Come see us at Anthony's Wild West in downtown Flora.
Enjoy salad, pizza, and pasta buffet 11 to 2 Monday through Saturday. Not hungry for pizza? Our menu features a variety of food for every taste.
Our dining room is large and spacious for two or a crowd. Let us help you host a private party in one of our banquet rooms. Visit the Fallout Shelter to have a drink with good friends. Then try your luck at one of our 5 gaming machines. See you soon in the Wild West.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
My name is Brett, and I used to smoke. I quit, but not until I got a serious gum disease. My tip to you is, your smile says a lot about you. What does this say?
Heritage Woods of Flora offers cozy private apartments and personalized service plans for active seniors. Our affordable assisted lifestyle includes 3 meals every day, assistance with chores and medications, and a full calendar of social activities. At Heritage Woods, you can visit with friends, enjoy an evening of music, or play an afternoon of Wii bowling, all without leaving your home. We even have a beauty shop in-house. For more information, stop by 1003 West 4th Street or call Valerie at 618-662-4599.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Wow. Morning, folks. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I am Bruce Dickey, joined alongside here by Chris Osborn. She is the volunteer coordinator for the Clay County Health Department, as well as Chris Butler, and she is here also. She's an RN with the Clay County Health Department, and we were talking about hospice care. And to me, this is a fascinating subject. How does one come into the care of hospice? Is the health department alerted by doctors, or how does this work?
We either will get a call from a doctor's office, a hospital, a nursing facility, or a patient themselves.
Really?
And that's usually when
caregivers can't handle it anymore? Or?
It's been like if they've had like a cancer diagnosis.
I see.
And the doctor says, well, you may have 3 months to live. They will contact us, and then we'll contact a doctor. We have to have a doctor's order to admit to hospice.
Oh, really? So there is no connection with any particular doctors aren't saying, hey, you need hospice care, contact Clay County Health Department or something like that, right? I mean, there's...
Yeah, we'll get a phone call from the hospital and say, hey, can you come in and talk to this family? And then we let the family decide if they're ready for hospice or not.
What are the financial entanglements involved? I mean, if someone isn't on Medicare?
Everyone is entitled to hospice benefit, and so whether you're on Medicare, Medicaid, or private pay insurance, everyone's entitled. And even if you have no insurance, we do not turn down anyone.
Wow, that's amazing. What's the typical term of hospice care? You said that that by definition it's 6 months until passing, right?
Correct.
But what's typical? Is there a certain amount of time that's normal, do you think?
It depends on the patient's illness. Hospice in general, like when we get patients, we like to have them early in the diagnosis just because patients with hospice actually live longer. It's
really?
Proven, yeah, it's very proven fact.
As opposed to being in hospital or something
Correct.
like that.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And why is that?
I think they get all the benefits that they're entitled to at the time of admission, from the physician to having the nurses that come into the homes that do daily, they do the assessments when they're in there, like check their blood pressures. They do medication management. The nurses,
well, they're better taken care of.
They're better taken care of.
They aren't.
Yeah.
They aren't leaving off the my blood pressure's 250 over 150 today. Yeah, you're not going to last too long like that, I guess, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, then that particular part could be treated.
Absolutely.
Okay, and that in addition to the visits, the volunteer and the nursing visits.
We also have a social worker that goes in and makes a visit.
Okay.
And we also have pastoral services.
Pastoral service. This is what we were going to talk about. Tell me how the spiritual part works. I would think that in the case of someone in hospice care, well, as my favorite saying goes, some folks get spiritual when they see the light, some when they feel the heat.
Correct.
So I would think that the spiritual services might be occasionally enhanced, wouldn't they?
Oh, definitely.
What happens when folks you have spiritual staff spiritual folks on staff?
We do. We have a clergyman, and if the patient chooses to use our pastoral services, they go in twice a month visits, more frequently if the family requests it.
Okay.
If they don't choose our service, a lot of times they will have their own pastor that they will use. And sometimes they use both, their own and ours.
Really?
Yep.
Does your pastoral services, does he or she have a church already, or is this in addition? Is that volunteer as well?
He does have his own church here in town.
Who is it?
Michael LeMay is our pastoral services.
Okay. How often will a pastor go in to visit patients then? What's average?
Twice a month usually, unless the patient's family requests more.
Oh,
and
I see.
They just go in depending on their needs at the time.
Yeah.
And if they're at the total end of life transitions, they may want more pastoral care at that time.
How are those received? I mean, it seems like I'm just wondering how often are you received with open arms as a nurse, and how often are you received with some bitterness and anger that, hey, I'm in a bad spot, I don't deserve to be this bad a spot? Have you had situations like that too?
Yes.
Yeah. That's very difficult, isn't it?
It's very difficult because sometimes the patient knows it, but they quite haven't accepted it yet.
Yeah. Family too?
The family, yes. There's times when the patient has accepted to go into hospice and the family's not ready.
Really? What happens in that case? That must just be torture for all involved. Is that right?
It is. It's difficult, and that's when the social worker.
Social worker. Yeah. Well, see, now that's the thing. That's the good thing. And you have the volunteers for us, as well as the social workers and the clergy services to go in and be able to help out in such situations, right? Wow. That's fascinating. I'm gonna figure out a way to get to whatever we were talking about. They've got a fundraiser coming up, ladies and gentlemen. The fundraiser is a week from Saturday. It's at the Kiwanis here in Flora. That's on West North Street, and that'll be Saturday the 12th from 8 to what?
3 p.m.
8 till 3. Cookies. What else?
Pies.
Cakes. Pies. What's the raffle?
Rolls. The raffle is, oh my goodness, I can't say enough about the community and how they've stepped up to the plate. My volunteers have went out and gathered donations from most businesses in the community, and we have We have a long list of donations, anything from places to eat to gift certificates, oil changes, you name it, we have it. I mean, really, and it's all for a great cause. And the raffle works by buying tickets, which they're $1 a piece, or you can get 12 tickets for $10.
Oh,
and you
cool.
just go around and place your tickets and what you want to enter into for the drawing. And the drawing,
I see.
The drawing is that day at 3 o'clock as well.
So it's it's kind of what they call a Chinese auction or something. Silent raffle. I hate to again put my foot in my mouth. I do it so often. You would think I'd learn not to. That's Chris Osborn. This is Chris Butler. We're talking about hospice services, and whenever we return, we're gonna talk a little bit about more of the nuts and bolts of how it works. When we return, you are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, and we'll be right back after these words.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no-appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your number one choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your number one choice in healthcare.
Come see us at Anthony's Wild West in downtown Flora.
Enjoy salad, pizza, and pasta buffet 11 to 2 Monday through Saturday. Not hungry for pizza? Our menu features a variety of food for every taste.
Our dining room is large and spacious for two or a crowd. Let us help you host a private party in one of our banquet rooms. Visit the Fallout Shelter to have a drink with good friends. Then try your luck at one of our 5 gaming machines. See you soon in the Wild West.
I'm Brian. I was in the military for 18 years. I joined the service so I can serve my country and see the world. But I smoked, and I got heart disease. So a lot of the world I got to see looked like this. My tip is, it's hard to serve your country when you're too weak to put on your uniform.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold. Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Tired of paying a big faceless company for your local telephone service in Flora? Now you can easily switch your 662 telephone number to Wabash Communications in Flora. That's right, Wabash can now provide local phone service to the Flora area, and yes, you can keep your 662 telephone number. It's available to both business and residential customers. Call us today at 662-3636. Wabash, your local telecommunications provider.
Heritage Woods of Flora offers cozy private apartments and personalized service plans for active seniors. Our affordable assisted lifestyle includes 3 meals every day, assistance with chores and medications, and a full calendar of social activities. At Heritage Woods, you can visit with friends, enjoy an evening of music, or play an afternoon of Wii bowling, all without leaving your home. We even have a beauty shop in-house. For more information, stop by 1003 West 4th Street or call Valerie at 618-662-4599.
Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I have Chris Osborn there. This is Chris Butler. They're from the Clay County Health Department, and we're talking about hospice care. And we have, you ladies have been in this business for several years. You for several years, anyway. What misconceptions do you see in the folks that you talk to, or say whenever you come into a house? What are folks? Do folks understand why you're there, or what misconceptions do you guys see about hospice care?
A lot of times they just think we're there to help them pass, but I want my patients to be functional as long as they can. If they're able to get up and go to church, I want them to be out in the community, go to church. If they need oxygen, we will go ahead and get that for them, and they can have it with them out in the community.
Now, is that the way with the patients from time to time? The patients or the families are you finding more misunderstanding? Because I guess if I'm a patient, just put myself in the position, and I hear hospice care, and I see one of you, some of you volunteers or some of our income to see me, thinking, "Oh gosh, here we go. I'm done." That's not the way it is it?
No, there's such a stigma with hospice, the name in general, and most generally when we get a diagnosis, they think, "Oh my goodness, we got this diagnosis. My loved one's going to be passing tomorrow," and that's not the case. Hospice in general is when we come in there and with a great team of individuals that are specialized in end-of-life care. And just because you've got the diagnosis does not mean that you're going to pass tomorrow. And typically, the medications is another stigma as well. A lot of patients think, "Oh, morphine, I'm going to get addicted to that." Morphine is like more of a comfort measure medicine, and it's for breathing. It's
for pain, discomfort, and
it's very low dose.
As needed. They don't have to use it unless they need it.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the? There's always a process in everything. You can talk about anything. There's a process when anybody does anything. For instance, whenever Barbara Bush passed away the week before last week, whenever it was, they announced the day before she passed away that she had refused any further care. And she was gone immediately. What is the process? Can you guys tell when someone is walking down that road where they are in a particular process and make potential, I know you're not making medical judgments, but you suggest how folks get ready, right?
We call it transitioning.
Transitioning, okay.
A patient may have a decreased appetite, and we come from that, "Here, eat something, it'll make you feel better."
Right.
When a patient starts to transition, their body's starting to shut down. Their body knows it can't process food and liquids.
The body's telling them, "I'm not hungry anymore, don't eat."
Yeah, it can't process it, and the body knows that. They may have difficulty breathing.
Right.
They may become unresponsive.
Wow. Okay, in the years then that you have done this, Chris, have you been able, and I guess for end of life care over the course of, if you're a professional in it, you get good at it. You can tell when someone is walking down, is transitioning, right?
You can tell, yes, and that's one good thing about hospice is we're able to coach and help them know what to look for in their loved one, and to look for the changes that they're about to see in their loved one's end of life experience.
At the time when you're telling a loved one what to look for, I can imagine it's a tremendously difficult conversation.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Do they come back to you later after the transition, after the passing? Do they come back to you later and say, do you get thanks for the peace of mind?
Absolutely.
Do you get that kind of thing?
Everyone that has hospice services always thanks us for every service that we offer at that time, as well as preparing them for their loved one's death. And, it's just a wonderful experience, and everyone's entitled to it.
Right.
And most people, you need to take advantage of this program just for the simple fact that, we don't get out of this world alive.
No.
So, and if you get a terminal diagnosis, it's best to go
Get some help.
Yeah, get some help. Yeah, that's what we're there for.
If folks are out there watching, and you said that oftentimes the families of potential patients will call you. Who do they need to get a hold of? Is it you that get a hold of, or do they get a hold of you, or what's the best way?
They can call
or
the
go
health
to the
department and ask for hospice.
Okay.
Just call 662-4406.
Okay.
And they can ask to talk to a hospice nurse or our hospice coordinator.
How do your volunteers? How do you go through volunteers? Do you have folks who say, "Look, I've done this 2 or 3 times. I am done with it."
I've had a few that's done that. It's just a little too much for them. But most of my volunteers love what they do, and so I've not had really much turnover. I had one lady that actually retired from being a volunteer, and
really,
she was just wonderful. And so you either going to love it or it's not your cup of tea. So.
How quickly do you find that out?
Usually when I sign them,
what's the quickest you had?
Usually when I sign them, the first patient, they'll know from their first experience. I
was going to say, I didn't know if you could maybe tell from the training.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm done with this.
They think it sounds wonderful until they get in there, and you do see them decline, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. So you're dealing with someone that's not going to be here. Their time is limited. What
would be your what's best case scenario for you? You have 9 volunteers right
Correct.
now, and they are probably each of them helping out 4 or 5 hours a week. Would that typically be right?
Yep.
How many would you like to have? How many do you need?
I would like to hit the 20 mark of volunteers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we're not there yet. But we're always actively looking. So anyone that's interested, please by all means contact.
Well, I would think that would also make it easier on the rest of the volunteers as well, right?
Yeah, and they work so good together as a team. I have a great group of volunteers, and I can't brag on them enough. They're really wonderful.
That's just that to me, that there's not enough. Can't say enough nice things about the volunteers as well as about you RNs and what you how you folks help people through these. That's a great. I love calling it a transition. By the way, I mean, and that's a good word, I guess. How is it? Do you guys find it fulfilling? Do you find it, both of you, fulfilling?
Yes, I do. I love my job.
Really,
I do.
I love it.
Yeah.
Were you surprised?
I was very surprised.
Really,
I was. Because it is. I mean, we're talking about the end of someone's life, and
And you get attached to the families and the patients, and we cry when they cry. I mean, after they lose a loved one, that loved one is kind of like family to us as well. I mean, we get so attached to their loved one as well, and so it's one of those things that, I mean, it's kind of a gift actually to me to be able to be in this field, to work with the patients and their families.
Really is.
It is,
because I mean, it kind of helps you. I presume it kind of does it help you to appreciate what you may or may not have in your own family even more?
Oh, it makes you very appreciative of what you have. Yeah,
very blessed.
Very blessed indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just fascinating. Again, you're having the hospice care fundraiser is coming up a week from Saturday. It'll be on. Give us the information again, please.
It's Saturday, May the 12th at the Kiwanis Building, which is known as the Hub. If you're from Flora, it's from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. The drawing will be held at 3 that day. We have all kinds of baked goods, and we have over 100 raffle items from area businesses that have donated for the raffle.
Or some of the businesses who've donated. I guess if you have 180 of them, you
my goodness,
hate to leave anybody out, don't you?
Businesses from Clay County, Wayne County, Effingham County, because we cover so many counties. Actually, Clay County Hospice just does not cover Clay County. We cover Edwards, Effingham, Jasper, Marion, Richland, Wabash, and Wayne County.
Really?
Yes, we.
You guys go all over.
Yes, we do. We cover all those counties. So keep that in mind. Just because you asked for Clay County Hospice, we cover all those counties.
How many folks are you treating at any one time? What's typical?
Our most just recently within the last month or so, we had probably 24 patients in the hospice program.
I gotta ask, and I only ask this because I'm a jerk. Is it seasonal? Because people get sick with flu and pneumonia in the wintertime, but that's really not affecting hospice at all, is it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's just
Wow.
Yeah.
Ladies, a tremendous kudos to you and for both of you and for what and the other RNs, I guess, right?
Yes.
Who else do you work with?
Tammy Fisher is one of our other registered nurses, and Paula Plick and Jen Natier.
Okay. Paula? Mm-hmm. They told me Paul.
Paula.
I'm glad she didn't show up. Hey, thanks very much, ladies, and best of luck to you at the fundraiser, okay? That's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey for today. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have an outstanding day.